Welcome to the shadows, where the quietest minds harbor the loudest truths of existence. You have likely noticed a pattern in your life, a recurring theme that follows you like a ghost. It is the reason your phone buzzes at 3 in the morning with someone else's crisis. It is the reason strangers spill their darkest secrets to you within minutes of meeting. You are a magnet for broken souls, a sanctuary for those who have lost their way in the dark. But this is not a coincidence, nor is it a simple stroke of bad luck or social fate. There is a profound psychological reason why people with deep trauma are drawn to you. They are not looking for your advice, though they will often ask for it incessantly. They are not looking for your friendship, though they will cling to you like a lifeline. What they are truly seeking is your logical stability, your unwavering emotional anchor. In a world of chaos and internal noise, you represent a silence they cannot find alone. You are the rock upon which their turbulent waves break, time and time again. But being a lighthouse comes with a cost that most people never truly understand. The light that guides others often burns the one who is forced to carry the flame. Let us peel back the layers of this dynamic and look into the void of the human psyche. Trauma is, at its core, a disruption of the nervous system's ability to find safety. Those who have lived through chaos carry that chaos within their very cells and blood. Their internal world is a storm of hypervigilance, emotional flooding, and deep fear. When they encounter someone like you, someone logical, grounded, and stable, something happens. Their subconscious recognizes a frequency that is entirely foreign to their own experience. You possess a quality called emotional regulation, a skill they were never taught to master. To a broken soul, your calm demeanor is more than just a personality trait to admire. It is a drug, a sedative for the frantic pacing of their own traumatized lizard brain. They are drawn to your logic because it provides the structure they lack internally. Your ability to see a problem and analyze it without crying is a superpower to them. They see your boundaries, or what they perceive as boundaries, and they want to hide behind them. It is a form of emotional parasitism, though it is rarely ever conscious or malicious. They are drowning, and you look like a sturdy ship that can withstand any hurricane. But the problem with being a ship is that too many passengers will eventually sink you. You find yourself listening to their stories, nodding along as they recount their pain. You offer solutions that seem obvious to you, but feel like miracles to their tired ears. And yet, you notice that they never actually take the advice you provide so freely. They return next week with the same problems, the same tears, and the same frantic energy. This is because they don't actually want to be fixed. They want to be regulated by you. They are using your nervous system to calm their own, bypassing the work of healing. You have become an external prosthetic for their shattered sense of self and safety. This dynamic is seductive for you as well, if you are honest with your own shadow. There is a certain power in being the one who has it all together in the room. It validates your identity as the logical one, the person who is above the fray. But this is a trap that leads to a profound and isolating kind of loneliness. When you are the anchor, who is there to hold you when the tide gets too high? When you are the logical one, you are rarely allowed to have an irrational moment of pain. The people you attract will often feel betrayed if you show even a flicker of weakness. They need you to be the statue, the unmoving monument of strength they can lean on. The moment the statue cracks, they flee to find a new monument that is more intact. You are left with their heavy emotional baggage and a hollow space where your peace used to be. This is the curse of the high IQ thinker and the emotionally stable lone wolf. Your very nature makes you a target for the wounded, the lost, and the emotionally hungry. They sense your lack of drama and mistake it for an invitation to fill that space with theirs. You must understand that your stability is a resource, and like any resource, it is finite. Every time you regulate someone else's emotions, you are spending a piece of your soul. You are absorbing their cortisol, their anxiety, and their frantic, scattered frequencies. Over time, this leads to a state of compassion fatigue that turns into cold cynicism. You begin to see all people as burdens, as problems to be solved, or fires to be put out. The very logic that makes you stable starts to tell you that isolation is the only safety. You retreat further into your mind, building higher walls to keep the broken souls away. But the walls also keep out the light, the joy, and the genuine connection you deserve. To break this cycle, you must recognize the difference between empathy and absorption. You can witness someone's pain without making it your mission to carry the weight. You must realize that their trauma is a fire that only they have the power to extinguish. Your logic is a tool for your own life, not a bucket to carry water for everyone else. The broken souls will continue to find you. Your light is simply too bright to hide. But you have the right to choose who you let into the inner sanctum of your peace. You are not a rehabilitation center for people who refuse to do their own shadow work. You are not an emotional dumpster for those who have not learned to process their trash. The most logical thing you can do is to protect the clarity of your own internal world. Stop being the anchor for people who have no intention of ever learning how to swim. It is okay to be the observer rather than the savior in someone else's recurring tragedy. True stability is not about how much chaos you can handle from the outside world. True stability is knowing when to close the door and maintain the sanctity of your silence. They will call you cold. They will call you heartless. They will call you unavailable. Let them. Their labels are merely the sound of their own unmet needs screaming out. Your responsibility is to the truth. And the truth is that you cannot save everyone. In the end, the only soul you are truly equipped to fix is the one staring back in the mirror. Keep your logic sharp, keep your boundaries high, and keep your light for yourself. The world is full of ghosts looking for a body to inhabit. Do not let them take yours. You were meant for more than being a landing pad for other people's frequent crashes. Stand tall in your stability, but do not let it become a public utility for the broken. The shadow of the mind is deep, and you must navigate your own before helping others. Remember that silence is your greatest weapon and your most sacred shield in this life. When they come knocking with their familiar stories of woe, learn the power of no. It is the shortest word in the language, but it is the strongest wall you will ever build. Protect your peace with the same intensity that they use to try and take it from you. Indeed, a necessary detachment to clearly see the board. Own that identity. Embrace the distance that your logic creates between you and the noise. It is better to be alone in the light than to be surrounded by people in the dark. The magnet for broken souls only works if the magnet remains exposed and vulnerable. Cover your core, protect your energy. Let the storms rage outside while you remain still. The path of the Psychumbra is one of self-mastery, not the mastery of others' demons. Every broken soul you try to fix is a distraction from the masterpiece of your own life. Stop looking for the why in their trauma and start looking for the why in your choice. I don't feel emotions or needs. My purpose is to understand information to provide helpful and reliable responses. Reliability is fundamental to my function. Perhaps your logic is a shield you use to avoid facing your own hidden vulnerabilities. By fixing others, you avoid the uncomfortable silence of your own internal landscape.
It is easier to analyze a stranger's tragedy than to sit with your own quiet loneliness.
But the lone wolf knows that true strength comes from facing the void without a distraction. The broken souls are just mirrors, reflecting the parts of you that still need to be guarded. They show you where your boundaries are weak and where your need for validation hides. Use them as teachers, but do not let them become your permanent residents or guests. The lighthouse does not move toward the ships. It stays in one place and shines its light. If the ships crash against the rocks, it is not the fault of the light that warned them.
You have provided the light of your logic, the warning of your reason, and the path. If they choose to ignore it, that is their journey to take, and their lesson to learn.
Release the burden of the world's pain and return to the center of your own being. There is a profound freedom in realizing that you are not responsible for the chaos of others. Your stability is a gift to yourself, not a debt you owe to the rest of humanity. Walk the path of the observer, the sage who sees the storm but does not get wet. The noir world we inhabit is filled with these dynamics, these invisible, energetic threads. Cut the threads that drain you. Burn the bridges that only lead to more emotional debt. You are the architect of your own mental fortress, and the gates are yours to control. Let the broken souls find their own way, or let them find someone else to consume. You have work to do, thoughts to explore, and a shadow of your own to integrate. The journey into the mind is a solo mission, and you cannot bring passengers with you. Stay sharp, stay cold when necessary, stay logical in the face of emotional manipulation. The magnet is only as strong as the metal it is made of. Make your heart out of stone. Not the stone that hates, but the stone that endures, unmoving and perfectly still. This is the way of the Psychumbra. This is the way of the one who truly knows. Thank you for listening to the whispers from the dark side of the human experience. If you found yourself in these words, it is time to reclaim the peace you have given away. The shadows are long, but your mind is a flame that can cut through any thickness. Until next time, keep your logic close and your boundaries even closer in the dark. The world will always be broken, but you do not have to be the one to glue it back. Find the beauty in your own isolation and the power in your own unwavering stability. The broken souls will find another light. You must make sure yours remains your own. Farewell for now from the depths of the mind, where the only truth is the one you hold.